Welcome to another video. This is JC Diaz Uncensored, and I have my special guest, JC Diaz Jr. How are you, JC?
I'm doing all right. How's it going? It's JC here. Go follow the channel, subscribe below to both of the channels here. JC Diaz Uncensored, and also my channel, the Diaz Company. Description will be in the link below.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. How's your day going so far? How's everything going?
It's going good. Everything's all right. How's it
Going
going with
great,
you?
going great.
Yeah.
I'm good, man. Just chilling
How's the
here
weather?
today. Today's Sunday. End of the weekend, 2 days off, getting ready to get back to work. But we're here doing this, for our audience.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm ready to go.
Um, I
What are we getting
so
today?
I figured today everybody's been talking about the Epstein files, and I figured we will talk about just hopping the bandwagon and talk about what everybody else is talking about. How do you feel about that?
Let's do it.
All right, so the Epstein files. So the DOJ, right? They released about 3 million files. It's supposed to be 6 million files, and so they only released half of it. And they came out saying this is what we are releasing. We are not releasing anything else. Now, what's crazy about this is, JC, is that there are so many celebrities on these files.
Who's on there that piques your mind that we
Oh,
don't know about before?
Jay-Z is
No
there.
way.
He is mentioned on the files. Robert Leach.
Robert Leach. I'm not sure who that is.
He's Robert Leach is, I think, isn't he an actor, an old actor or director or
Okay.
something like
Yeah, it
that?
sounds like it. Sounds familiar.
Um, we already knew Chris Tucker was there because he's all over the pictures.
Yep.
Bill Clinton is in there.
Right.
Um, this is old. Lisa Marie Presley is in there. The
Is
daughter of
that
Elvis.
the daughter? Okay.
The daughter of Elvis Presley. She's in there. I mean, there's a lot of like rich and famous people in there, and so see the thing that bothers me is that all
Who
these
else?
files.
Isn't Donald Trump on there too?
Yes, allegedly,
Yep.
allegedly. Um, I
How do
mean,
we
his
feel about that?
his name is all over. It's all over those files. But
So
how do I feel about that?
so
I.
so let me pose you something. People
Mhm.
say in the conspiracy theories that Donald Trump was not participating, but he was more pretty much going to take everybody down. And he was kind of like a private investigator. So, what do you think about that? Do you think he was gonna take these people down, and he was serving as an undercover type of person, or was he participating? What do you think?
Well, I heard the same thing you heard, right? And some people are saying that he was an FBI informant and he was the
Right,
one that was gonna take the whole operation down. But
right.
but and this is all until
Speculation.
in the US, right?
It's all speculation. Look,
Is
this is
until
all speculation.
you are found
Not too
guilty in
much.
a court of law, you're innocent until found guilty in a court of law, right? So we can talk about this all day for months. We can mention all these names, we can say all this, but that doesn't mean these people are still innocent, all of them. But the thing is, though, On these files that they released, I mean, there's some descriptions that some of these victims, alleged victims, right? Allegedly, some of these victims gave descriptions saying that allegedly the president raped some of them. Allegedly, the president was a witness to one of them having an abortion.
Allegedly, keyword
Al-
allegedly. Do not
al-
sue us, Trump. Do not
Allegedly,
sue us.
this is allegedly. And there are so many things that point to allegedly the president being involved in this. And but again, we can talk about this all day, and until any of these people that are mentioned in this, any of them, all of them, until they are found guilty in a court of law, they are innocent. So, there are, what bothers me is that there are people out there already talking about how, they're guilty, or on the other side, they're all saying, no, they're not guilty. Well, you don't know. We don't know this. Just because the DOJ released all these papers doesn't mean these people are guilty. Like they were talking about also Elon Musk. There's an email between him and calls. There's texts and emails between him and Epstein, and there's an email of him, or a voicemail of him asking if he can go visit the island. And now everybody's going crazy because he was requested to go visit the island. Just because he requested to go visit the island doesn't mean he knows, or he's a rapist, or doesn't mean he did anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the same like the P. Diddy parties. There's a lot of people, a lot of celebrities went to his parties, but a lot of these people didn't know what he was doing after they were gone.
Right.
And just because you're in the same location as these people doesn't mean that you're participating in what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know. I guess this is a gray area subject, and we can interpret it. We can have our own judgments. We can interpret it however we want it. But in the end, all these people are innocent until proven guilty, and it's just the way it is. And people can get mad however they want, but it's just what it is. There is mention, because I read some of it today, and there is mention of the president's kids being in the same at Mar-a-Lago while they were having these orgies or whatever, allegedly. And I'm thinking that, just because you are at the same location doesn't mean you know what's going on. Mar-a-Lago is the size of a resort. Like that mansion is huge. So his kids could have been on one side of the mansion, and that doesn't mean they know what they were doing on the other side of the
Doesn't
mansion.
mean right.
They have no
Correct.
idea, just because they were in the same location. So a lot of
Correct.
people are quick to jump to conclusions. You know what I
A
mean?
lot of these things were happening behind closed doors.
Exactly. And not everybody knows. Not everybody knows what's going on. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So I don't know. I feel like this is it's a complicated case, and even I bet you none of these people, if this really happened, because so far this is allegedly, right? This is alleged that this happened. The DOJ released the documents, but all of these people are considered innocent. I believe if this really happened, I don't think these people are never gonna be held accountable. I don't think they
They
will.
have too much money.
And not only that, but they protect each other.
Of course.
They protect each other.
These are the people that make the laws.
These are the people who are in power.
Yeah.
These are the people who protect each other. They watch over each other.
They
You
give each
know,
other pardons.
they give each other pardons. And meanwhile, while we're down here fighting and arguing, these people are, all of them are up here eating dinner
Laughing at us.
together, laughing, having
Did
fun together. You
mentioning
know?
that, did you hear about the super yachts all going to that one island around for New Year's. Did you hear about this?
No. So
So
what was that
all
about?
pretty much this past New Year's, they do this every year. Or I'm not sure if they do this every year, but I think it's something they do this every year. Not just yachts, but super yachts. It was like the 100 richest people in the world. Jeff Bezos was there, had his super yacht there. These yachts are worth
But
hundreds of
what do they
millions of
do there?
dollars.
Like
They
what do they do?
all they all were just they all bring all their super yachts, all these people, then they go there's an island right off of the right off of like near the US Virgin Islands. Literally the island is right next to Epstein's island. They were all there and they were having a big party, super yacht party, big secret party,
Yeah.
and everybody knows we don't know what's happening there, but we know that they were all together because all their yachts are all tracked. They're all you know how planes are tracked and all these things are public information. Like
Yeah.
we know when the president is or when we know when people are flying private jets in to certain places, and because because all these things are tracked on the radar and there's all public information. Um, there was just a whole
Wait,
bunch of yachts
when
lined
did
up
this come out?
in one
When
big
was
group.
this?
I'm gonna send you a photo of this. We'll put up a photo of this right now.
Yeah.
Right there. If the audience can see that, I'm gonna
Okay.
send it to you. So pretty much, we don't know what they do, but we know that they are all together and they're all in cahoots together. They all party together, and they all, they do something in their spare time that we don't know.
This is
And
crazy, man. Like
I think that one really the bottom line is once you get so much money and you've done everything you can do in this world to a normal human that a normal human wants to do, you
mhm.
want to keep chasing dopamine and adventure, and you get into things, weird things, like these rich people are getting into. Once they do all these weird orgies and stuff with a bunch of women, that's not enough for them anymore. They need to keep chasing something. And that's when they get into these weird things like what Epstein and all these people were doing. That's my opinion.
You know what's crazy is let me look this up. I have some stuff here. There is I want to read this to you and to the audience, right? And this is all allegedly, right? All alleged, right? It says Epstein files. Trump, Epstein, Dersh, and Musk. Listen to this, bro. Doing unspeakable things to children. This is all allegedly. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called Calendar Girls. Jeffrey Epstein will bring the children in and Trump will auction them off. He measured the children's vagina, allegedly, by entering a finger and rated the children on tightness.
Wow.
Yes. The guests were elder men and included Elon Musk, allegedly, Don Jr. Trump, allegedly, Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump were there. Also, attorney Alan Dershowitz was also there with attorney Bob. Now, this is all allegedly, and this is what I was telling you, that this is where we get into a gray area because there is no way, and I'm gonna say this talking as a dad, right? I'm a father. There's no way that Don Jr., Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump will be at the same location and they're witnessing what these people are doing and they're not going to say anything to their dad. So I don't believe this is true. I don't believe it. I don't believe, like I said, it could be that they were at the same location, but they were in a different place at Mar-a-Lago. You know what I mean?
No,
This place is
I don't know how
huge,
much I believe that stuff. I don't know how much I believe
right?
that stuff.
They were in a different, this place is huge. So they could have been there. I mean, that's their dad's house. They could have been there,
Yeah.
but they could have been on the other side of the mansion. And these people are doing something else on a different place. That doesn't mean they know. So how do we know, And this is on the files. This was released on the files from the DOJ.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that they're guilty. That doesn't mean that, especially the kids, like you will have to be
Right.
sick. You know what I mean to allow
Yeah.
something like that. The other thing I was thinking, JC, is how did Epstein how did this guy get so much? He must have had some type of connection or info in order for him to have such big influence and get to know all these superstars and all these famous people. Like, where did he come from? You know what I mean? Like,
We'll never know. You know what? This even dives into a whole bunch of other topics that I don't even want to get into because this involves countries that have a lot of power, that have even a lot of power in the U.S. and they have
oh, I heard
countries
about that too.
with
I heard about
a big
that.
star, a country with a flag with a big Star of David on it.
Well, hold on. No, no, no. Allegedly, Israel is involved in this. Let's say like it is. You
What
know?
Epstein? Look at his last name. That is a last name of those people.
Allegedly, this is why there is so much backing up Israel. Allegedly, because of this influence there is a connection between that. But my question has always been that, and I always wonder because I was like, how can someone have so much power and so much influence that they can literally influence all these superstars? Like me and you couldn't just walk up to, I don't know, a famous person and say, "Hey, I want to be your friend," and they're gonna let you in their club. You know what I mean?
You know
It
what it is.
doesn't
You know what
it
it
doesn't
is.
work that way.
They It all starts with blackmail. So anybody that wants to be famous, these celebrities, they go to these parties, and if they stay too far, if they stay too long, like if they go to a Diddy party, allegedly, you know, you stay past 1 a.m., 3 a.m. Like Denzel Washington says, he never stayed past 3 a.m. at 1 a.m. at one of these parties. Um, you're gonna you're gonna end up seeing things that you don't want to see, and you might be involved in the same room with people that you don't want to be involved with. Um, and then these people with power, they'll blackmail you and say, "Look, we're gonna make you do these things, or we're gonna expose you."
You
That's
know
my
what's
opinion.
what you know what's crazy is too that I was thinking about this, and if this is true that all these people, which I don't think this will never this will never come to light. Like this will never, I don't think the victims, the only way we're gonna know if this is real is if the actual victims come out and officially name the people, the actual victims. If they come out and have a
Even
press
then,
conference and they say, "Hey, you Mr. Whoever, you did this to me. I'm officially calling your name out." That's the only way that this is gonna come out to light. And
I think it takes. Look at how many times it took, how many years it took for even Epstein to get prosecuted and in jail for these things.
facts. That's a
He
fact.
People came out, these victims came out, and he had too much power within the justice system,
Same thing with Weinstein too.
people off. Yeah, the people
Same
don't
thing.
believe these people. People believe, oh, you're just looking for clout.
You're looking for a
You're
payday.
just looking for a payday. You're looking for fame.
Yes, sir.
You
Looking for a
know,
payday.
so it's tough, and at the same time, a lot of these victims, trauma victims, they don't want to relive their trauma. It's one thing
Facts.
that I learned through my schooling. I'm a human services major. That you're not supposed to uh, re-traumatize your clients by diving so deep into these traumatic events because it causes them to be traumatized again. So a lot of
And
these people to live and forget and live their life, they forget it in their own mind.
and not only that, but we don't know what these people were told. We don't know if they were threatened with their lives and say, if you ever say anything,
We
we're
don't even know
coming
if
for
these
you.
people remember these things. These people could have been drugged.
They could have been drugged. There's a story on one of the files that one of these. So I'm gonna tell you that because I was reading about it, and there was this lady from Oklahoma. She came from Russia, but she was living in Oklahoma. She was brought allegedly she was brought over from Oklahoma. They were brought by Epstein to Mar-a-Lago, and she was he introduced her to allegedly the president, Donald Trump, and she doesn't remember the rest of the night. She knows that they introduced them. Supposedly, allegedly, she woke up all sore in someone's bed, and there was $300 right next to her,
Right.
and she didn't even remember. So allegedly, she was drugged, and she
Right.
didn't even she didn't even know. So
Yeah.
we don't know. A lot of these women have no idea what happened to them. So
Right.
this is the thing. How do we know that that's true though? If they don't even know who did it. You know what I mean? So that's why
Right.
this is so difficult. This is a difficult thing, man, because
Yeah.
how do you prove anything? How do you prove it? I mean, these people have all the power and they protect each other. But I was thinking, it's crazy how the people that a lot of us aspire to be like the celebrities. We want to have the money, the power, and all that.
The fame,
And but most of these people are.
admiration.
If this comes true, that this is true, all these people are all our celebrities are psychos. That's crazy to think.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like the people that you look up to because they're this
It's
so
a big
powerful
club
and
and you ain't in it.
you're not in it, but you're looking from the outside and you're saying, man, I wish I was like, I don't know, I wish I was like Jay-Z. I wish I was a billionaire like him, a businessman. But these people are sick.
Yeah.
And
Of
again, this
course.
is allegedly because this is all this is all if this was, they're innocent. That with this it hasn't been proven that they're guilty, you know?
Right.
So I don't know, man. It's just it's definitely
Sticky situation. And
a
it's
sticky
sad.
situation. I feel bad for the victims, that had to go through that if it really happened. Um, but there is so many things that we will never know. There's so many things we will never know.
Yes. I agree. I agree.
And I don't know, man. It's just crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, now and I just learned about this today. So the Dominican Republic, you ready for this?
Yes.
The Dominican Republic appears 312 times as a destination for all these creepy people in the Epstein files.
Right.
The Dominican Republic is on the record as being one of the destinations, either for them making a stop and continuing to go to his island, or being the destination, and they will rent houses there and do all this crazy stuff there too.
I believe it. Look, the Dominican Republic has
This is
a history
allegedly.
of allegedly, yeah. But this is fact though. The Dominican Republic has a history of, even within the country, you know, prostitution and
Yes.
prostitution of minors, and it's not okay. And recently they've been cracking down on it, and they've been trying to clean up places like Sosua and Las Terrenas and places like these. Um, because these are crimes against humanity. Um, I think, they rich men, especially rich old white men, like to take advantage of people that can't fend for themselves financially or mentally. And so they go to places like the Dominican Republic, and they can prey upon people that may need their money. So I feel like
Facts.
places like the Dominican Republic, these people can get away with these crimes too.
Yeah.
So I'm not
And
surprised that these are destinations for these people.
yes, sir. And one of the names, and this again, this is allegedly, because I was in shock. One of the names that came up, because one of the names that came up from Dominican Republic is Sammy Sosa. They said that Sammy Sosa is on the record as to going to the island. He's been to Epstein Island. This is
Not
all alleged.
surprised. Not surprised.
This
Look
is
at the
all
way
allegedly though. This is all allegedly.
right,
So
allegedly. Everything's allegedly, guys. Remember
we just
this.
want to make sure we don't want to get
Remember,
sued,
this is
but
all allegedly.
this is all allegedly. All these people are innocent until found guilty in a court of law. That's the law.
That's the law.
We're just
I'm not surprised.
debunking. We're just talking and debunking all these, all these files that have been
Look
released.
at Sammy Sosa. He's somebody that doesn't even look like himself anymore. He's easily manipulated. He has a weak mind. Anybody
He
that's gonna
definitely
bleach their
changed.
skin,
He's not black anymore. I can tell
anybody
you
that
that.
bleaches their skin has a weak mind. They're easily
Yeah,
influenced. They have
yeah.
they have he probably he's insecure. These
And
are
if
things
you,
that easily he's easily these are he could easily have been motivated and manipulated to he wants to be a part of the club. um so I don't doubt it.
yeah, and not only that, but when you get the type of money these people get,
Of
they
course you want to
believe that
keep the
they're
money.
unstoppable. They
Yeah,
believe
and
that
you
they're
want and you
unstoppable.
and he wants to stay with this money. He wants to stay in the clubs. He wants to stay in
Yeah,
these rooms. And he probably thinks, look, I gotta, either he's participating or he's working with these people to either traffic a woman from the Dominican Republic to these people and keep the ring going. It's like a big trafficking ring that we don't know about.
yeah.
There's underground tunnels all through the US. All through the US there's underground tunnels. There's a whole bunch of things that is happening undercover that we don't know about.
We have no idea, and we're never gonna find out.
And we're never going to find out. I don't even want to find out
I
because
don't. Once
sometimes ignorance is
once you
bliss.
find out, is not gonna be a good thing for you. It's
Yeah,
not good to know
exactly.
some of these things.
You have people coming. I don't want the CIA knocking on my front door
Facts. That's a
for,
fact.
you know what I mean? So,
Do you think? And this is all allegedly. Do you think P Diddy has been to the Epstein Island? Because I think that he was too busy having his own parties here in the U.S. I don't know. Do you think he ever went to the?
I think that it's hard to
And
know. I think
and Trump didn't
that he
pardon
was
him.
running
He
his
hasn't
own.
pardoned him.
I think there's a whole bunch of people. I think Epstein is just uh, one for the uber elites, but I think there's different people for different parts and different industries. I think Diddy was running his little thing for the rap industry and the
Yeah,
entertainment industry.
yeah.
Supposedly Meek Mill is a victim, and there's a lot
Yeah.
of
This is all allegedly though.
allegedly, supposedly, there's a lot of homosexuality that happens in the rap industry,
Yeah.
and there's people like to prey upon people that want to have success and fame. Look at all these rappers before they get super famous. A lot of these people don't have any tats or don't have as much tattoos. After they get super famous, sign record deals, they have bodies full of tattoos. They're going to these weird parties, and this is what they say, that they sold their soul. It's not that you're giving your soul to some weird thing. It's that you're doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing for the fame. That's what selling
True.
your soul means.
True. True.
You sold out, and these people are participating in things for the money, like supposedly, these acts that they know that they aren't that they shouldn't be doing, or that they know that is not them. It will happen with them.
Do you think that eventually one of the victims will eventually come out and say, yes, I'm gonna do it. I don't care if anything happens to me. I'm gonna come out and publicly say, hey, this person, this person did this to me. You think that
I
that will
think
ever
it's
happen, or will they be too afraid?
too afraid. Look at
You
what
think
happened with
so?
Diddy. There was allegedly all these things. People came out, and he beat every case except for a prostitution case.
True.
And
True.
he's only going to be in federal prison for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
He's going to come out in a year. And come on, people speak out about these things, and people don't believe him. You have to, because at the end of the day, if you don't have evidence, nothing's going to happen. You have to, people are innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in court.
Yes,
There's
sir.
people that sign NDAs too, non-disclosure agreements, given millions of dollars to stay silent, and they're just gonna live their life.
So why? And I'm gonna ask you this, or I'm gonna tell you this. This is not a question. It's a statement. When the president was running for president, he went on every podcast. He went on every news station, and he ran on, you know what? The minute I become the president, we're gonna release the Epstein files. Then they delayed it, right? Now, yes, they finally released the Epstein files, and he's the only. And I'm talking, and the Democrats didn't release it back in when they were in power. They didn't release it.
Because they have
So
people on their side that are guilty also.
yeah, but technically,
Bill
this
Clinton and
president is the
Clinton
only
and
one that
all
has
them.
released it. But they edited or
Redacted.
redacted a lot of it. But they actually released it. So what changed? Like, why the change of mind? Also, this dude that was a podcaster. Then he went to work for the president for the FBI. Can't remember his name right now. He was there for about 6 months, and he says that he saw things that he won't talk about it. He doesn't want to talk about it, but he quit. He left the FBI, and he was one of the ones that was like, the minute I get in there, these files need to be released. This file.
You
He
talking
got
about
in
Nick
there.
Fuentes, the racist?
No, it's not Nick Fuentes. It's Regino Bobino Regino.
I
I
don't
can't
know.
remember. He has an Italian.
Bambino,
I think so. He's a big podcaster. I can't remember his name right
the
now.
Republican, right?
Yeah, and he was like
Bongino.
Bongino. They need to release these
I know exactly
files.
who you're talking about.
He went to work for the FBI and he's done. He's out. And everybody's saying he saw things in there that he couldn't take it. And he is done with the FBI. He's out. He's going back to doing podcasts. And he was one of the ones that we need to release these files. I can't believe they haven't released this. Why are they hiding this? Why are they hiding this? And he went, didn't do anything, and he's gone. So obviously something is going on that we don't know, and we'll probably never know, bro. It's just the way it is, you know?
Yeah, we'll never know.
We'll probably never know. And again, I want to repeat, this is allegedly, this conversation we are having is we are debunking all the what's going on with the Epstein files that were released. 3 million
We're just reading the headlines.
we're reading the headlines and trying
Reading to the
to
headlines.
and reacting to the headlines, and there's still 3 million more files. There's supposed to be 6 million documents. They only released 3, and the Department of Justice said they're not going to release anymore. They were subpoenaed to release the files, and they're saying they did. They're not releasing anymore. So we might never find out like really what happened. Just the information that we have, you know. Um, I don't know. I figure we will talk about this because JC, because everybody else is talking about this. I
Of
mean,
course, these are important issues.
it is, and it's important for all of us, you know. Now
I
you
agree.
have to be just to move in that inner circle and know, even if you don't participate, right? But just to know that you might be friend with a pedophile and with somebody who is doing these atrocities, you have to be literally like an animal, heartless, no heart, because there is no way that if I had a friend and I found out that that friend is trafficking kids or doing this, or something that's really bad like that, I would cut all ties with them. They're saying that the president cut all ties with Epstein once he found out what was going on. Is it true?
Right.
We don't know. We don't know. Everything is allegedly, we don't know.
Yeah.
So all we have is question marks. Again, all this stuff that we're talking about, all the stuff
These are
that
allegations.
is on the files, it don't matter how much we talk about it. We can talk about this for years. And until they're actually proven guilty in a court of law, all these people are innocent. And I don't believe, the only way, to me anyways, you might think different, but to me, the only way we will ever find out what happened is if the actual victims come out and say, you know what, I'm taking a stand and this is what happened to me, and I'm actually gonna name names. I don't think, other than that, I don't think we'll ever know.
I agree.
Do you think? I don't think we'll never know.
I
I don't
agree.
think
I
so.
agree with you.
I
I
don't think
agree.
we'll ever know. Um, yeah, man. I think this was a good conversation. I think it was. I'm still left with more question marks than answers,
Of course.
but I guess we're gonna have to keep an eye on what's going on, like we always do.
Time will tell.
Um, yeah, I mean we'll keep an eye on it, and depending on what we can, do some more research, and we can continue on this subject. We can talk about it later on. But I like having these conversations, because we, as a society, we need to have these conversations because eventually you will have kids. I have kids, and I will hate for something to happen to any of my kids. And I'm sure you feel the same way. Like, if once you have kids, you want to protect your kids. And I think these conversations need to be happen. they need to happen. I honestly, JC, don't trust any people anymore. Like I rarely have, I have one or two friends, but that's it. Like I really go to work, come back home, and doing this. Now that we're doing it together, this is awesome. But things are just getting worse, bro.
I agree.
Things
A
are just
lot of
getting worse.
weird shit happening in this world, in this country.
Exactly. I think we're gonna end the video right here. I think this was a good conversation. It's a good starting point. I still have a lot of question marks about this issue, but I think this was a good start. A good conversation. Try to have some
Yes.
understanding on the minds of some of these people. What goes on in their mind, and it was like you were saying. It seems like once you get to a certain level of fame and money, it's like these people live in a bubble, like they get disconnected from the world, and it's like they get bored. To me, that's what I think. It's like they get bored, they don't know what else to do, like they have everything they want in the world, and they probably thinking, is this it? So they start doing weird shit, man. Like
I
I don't
agree.
know, right? Isn't that weird how the human brain works? It is so
I
weird. Like,
agree.
what do you think? It's like we're always chasing all this money, always chasing all this, and I want to
I
get to
think
this
that
level.
it's a battle between God and the devil, good versus evil.
Yes,
And
yes,
in the Bible, it tells you that if you it tells you it says that the king of this world is the devil. Having worldly, being of the world, and being worldly, and having all the worldly possessions is gonna draw you closer to the devil and to evil things, because materialistic things are works of, obviously it depends on how you use it, but
yeah,
god
yeah.
god commands us to look past these things and use these things as a tool for good,
You
not
know,
to, you know that's
people
what I believe.
say money is the root of all evil, but I don't think so. I think it's the love for money is the root of all evil. People who idolize money, they get lost. You know
Of
what I mean?
course.
And things change after that. But that would be another whole
That
conversation.
could be
We
a
have
whole nother conversation.
really
Yes.
plenty of conversations to come. So, hey, thank you, man. Thank you for joining me. We will come out with another video, and it was a pleasure having you, brother. It's a pleasure
Of
having you.
course. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Diaz Company. Go subscribe to his channel, JC Diaz Uncensored. We're gonna be dropping weekly. He drops
Yes,
daily
sir.
content. Go subscribe, like, comment, share this video. We will be putting out consistent videos for y'all to enjoy. Hope y'all
Hey,
enjoyed this.
yes, sir. And we're bringing the heat. Like we
We're
are
not holding
bringing the
back.
heat, and we're not holding back. We're having the conversations that need to be had, and we're
Yes.
bringing the heat. No apologies. We have our First Amendment. We are independent media, and we're going to continue to speak our minds, and
Yes.
we're gonna do what we need to do. So thank you guys. This is JC Diaz and JC Diaz Jr. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.